And good evening, everyone. Welcome back out to the Eagles Nest, getting ready to get things going. We're going to turn it over to the court for the prayer. So hold tight where you're at, and we'll be right back. Getting ready for the starting lineups, and we're going to leave it down on the court for that as well. Again, Doug Gann bringing you Menard basketball, and here we go.
Coach Brooke Jones, assistant coach Robert McKay. And now for your Holy Savior Menard Lady Eagles. At forward, 5'8", freshman, Carla Menard. At center, 5'9", junior, Lauren Smith. At forward, 5'6", junior, Abigail Atherton. At guard, 5'6", junior, Ellie Juno. And at guard, 5'6", senior, Marilyn Sealand. Head coach Jessica Sanders, assistant coach Manny Smith, assistant coach Marion Goody French.
And we are back, getting ready to get things going here. First time at the Eagles Nest this year for girls basketball. We'll have the girls game and the boys game following that. This is your Menard Eagles. Lady Eagles off to a 7-0 start. We'll tell you about some of the teams that they have played along the way, taking on the visitors from St. Mary's. Interesting night as this one, as for the boys side of it, Aiden Warren returns to the Eagles Nest. Was on the Eagles team a season ago. We're down talking to Coach Moore a little bit earlier, the new head coach here, who comes down from Huntington. But that is for another game. This is girls basketball. Coach Sanders has her squad off to a 7-0 start. Lauren Smith will stand in the center. The junior is set to jump. Starting lineups, you heard the Maryland Ceiling will run point and make things go for the Lady Eagles tonight. She's joined by sharpshooters Juno and Atherton. Of course, Carly Menard will battle around the boards. Just as aggressive a player as you'll find. Just a freshman, did a lot of work as an 8th grader last year, and happy to have her back out there tonight. Here we go, Lady Eagles in white, Lady Tigers in blue. Tip is up, and it is controlled by Arrington. 3 Avas on this squad. You heard it right, Ava Hebert, Ava Holland, and Ava Arrington. Arrington will run point for this Ladies Tigers team. Ball is worked inside, and the first basket is up and good by Anna Thibodeau. Quickly back the other way, and that's what you're going to see out of these Lady Eagles. The shot was up and no good by Atherton. Lady Tigers with it. Hopefully be joined in a little while by the voice of the football Eagles, and my man Tom Boucher is in the house coming around and couldn't get away from a good time here. That is basketball. Quickly inside, there's the dish over, and the basket is up, and it is good by Atherton. Give the assist to Juno. 22-point winners on Monday night over Sacred Heart. That game was on the road. So glad to be back here in the Eagles' Nest. 3-ball from deep is no good. That one is off the mark, and the rebound is controlled by Lauren Smith. Got it back over to Sealing. Sealing joined the 1,000-point club last year. Put 1,000 points up, well over that now. She thought about 3 and passed. The dish is over to the side. That 3-ball is up and good by Juneau. Give Sealing her first assist of the night. And quickly 5-2. They don't have the St. Mary's score. Looks like we had that basket early on. It was waved off. Timeout is called, and that is going to get a substitution coming in for St. Mary's. But 5-0 in this one, and we had Thibodeau scoring that basket underneath, and apparently she did not. Quickly Sealing back the other way. The senior, the lone senior, inside going to the basket quickly. That's Ellie Juneau. She's got 5. And Juneau continues to light things up under the basket. Has a 3 and a 2. She's got 5, but will go to the basket as quick as she can, and that is going to be the first foul of the night, picked up by Sealing. Coach Sanders will not go deep in her bench. You'll see some of Zeke Marsland tonight, and Shelton Sawyer was able to get everybody into that 22-point victory on Monday, 77-55. They win that one on route to their 7-0 start. And like we said, we will keep you updated on those scores, give you some of those ideas of who they beat along the way. Going to the basket, that one is up, and it is good. First basket of the night now officially, and that is Ava Hebert that gets the basket. 7-2. Lady Eagles have the lead, just 6 minutes to go in the first. 3-ball from the corner, up, bouncing around, shooter's touch, and it is good, and that's the second 3-ball for Ellie Juneau. You see it on the score, 10-2. 10-2 is the score in this one. Great job by Chuck getting that up and going. Try to get our automatic one up by halftime. Rebound controlled out of there. There's that big presence underneath by Carly Menard. And a turnover, and the Eagles will give it back to St. Mary's, 10-2. Have to get my fast talking voice back worked into this. Is football a little bit slower than this? Over into the corner looking for 2. No good. Rolls around. Rebound controlled by the Lady Tigers. Another shot up off the back iron. It controlled by Menard underneath. She gets her second board of the game. Cleared out all the way down to Juneau. Juneau back to Sealing. Sealing up and no good. That rebound controlled by Atherton and brought out of there. She'll spin around and shoot. No good. Menard's got her third board here in the first. Juneau looking around. She's going to dump it inside. That is Menard trying to be paid off for her hard work rebounding. Gets another rebound. She's got 4, but over 2 from the field is Carly. Back around quickly. Hebert launches for 3, no good. Rebound controlled inside by Holland, and she's going to be whistled for traveling. 10-2, you see it on the scoreboard there at the top. We are in the first. 4:48 remaining here in the first from the Eagles' Nest. 1 of 2 games tonight. There's a good dish inside. That basket up and good for Juneau. She's got a pair of trays and a pair of field goals from inside. Give her 10 early. First one to double digits. She's got 10 of the 12. Off the leg and going to stay with the Lady Tigers. Into the corner where the ball rolled out, so the official will have the young lady from St. Mary's get down there. That is Arrington that's got it, looking to trigger it inbounds and does. But Arrington's got it back in the corner. That shot hits off the side of the rim. Rebound controlled by St. Mary's, but there's Menard pulling down half of another one. That is a rebound. Give her her 5th. Bounces off. It's going to stay with the Lady Eagles. Menard Lady Eagles looking to move to 8-0 and are really displaying a great start and certainly going to get things going. That one's inside the ceiling up, and it's no good. Unable to get the board there, and it is controlled out. So the Lady Tigers are doing their work and trying to drive down. It looks like going to draw the foul against Atherton, and it is. That will be her first foul of the game to go with 2 points that she's got. Action over into the corner, stolen by Lauren. This ball's going to be tied up. First tie-up that we've seen, and if you followed ladies basketball, you certainly know those are frequent. Lady Eagles underneath have it. Sealing bringing it up. Sealing was such a tremendous junior year last season. Again, went over that 1,000-point club. Swung around. Juno's got it. She's looking to get it back up to the top. There's Sealing that launches a three. That bounces around and no good. Rebound is controlled. Going to be a held ball, and it will go back over to the Lady Tigers. 12-2 in this one. We are at the Eagles Nest here on Coliseum Boulevard in Alexandria. So glad that you are with us. You see the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard up at the top. It shows you the Lady Eagles are on top, 12-2. That one is launched up, and it is no good. Rebound is controlled and brought inside. And I think we're being joined by my man, Tom Boucher. Tom is in the house. Tom, you with us?
Good evening, Doug and Chuck.
That's right. There you go. Look, Tom Boucher, a very familiar voice. You hear him on the Menard football games, and you'll hear him call a lot of softball this year and some basketball games for us there. Sealing up, and that one is off the mark, no good. Banging around underneath, cleared out. Tom, is this the first time to see Menard basketball in a while?
It is my first time to witness a Menard basketball game in quite some time. And I was just trying to think about how long it's been since I've been in this gym. And I saw an old classmate of mine here, James Hopewell, and I think it's been about 40 years.
40, there's a steal inside. We'll get back to that. I didn't even know you were that old. That one is up from Sealing. She had the steal, but unable to convert there. Sealing yet to get a basket on there, but she's got a foul, a steal, and assist on the night. She is the playmaker, though, for this team. That one up and in. So 40 years since you've been in the gym?
Well, I guess, yeah, I guess maybe 39. It'll be 40 next year.
For you,
So you're right, I'm not that old.
Goodness gracious. Whistle there is going to be Ava Abear, and that's going to send Juno to the line. She'll shoot a pair of free throws. And one thing you'll notice, just the one senior. So last year they played, make a great run through the year, did the Lady Eagles, and had no seniors on their squad as Juno gets that one in. She's got 11. And this year, of course, bring everyone back, as you might imagine, but Sealing is the senior. And you had so you had a junior and 3 sophomores that started. First time out, we'll keep it right here, Chuck, and we're going to talk to Tom just a minute on there. So they had a junior and 3 sophomores and an 8th grader starting last year. And, of course, they return all 5, and you had a couple of more that saw action. One thing, Coach Sanders, you won't see her get into her bench a lot, but they've just been younger. When you're starting a freshman and an 8th grader, and this, you don't have much to go to get younger from there.
Yeah, no, that's right. And you just think about what this season and even the future holds in terms of playoffs and the type of team that they can gel into being that young. I'm already seeing it the way they're playing on the court tonight. I mean, a 13-4 lead up by 9 and about, you know, I would imagine they're pretty good free throw shooters as well from the outside shots, but very disciplined basketball team, and they hustle.
They look to run the floor. That is the MO. You're not going to see them get back into an offense where they sit back, but that has led them to that 7-0 mark. Talked to Coach Sanders a little bit before the game, and I told her we were looking for a big one. She said, yep, we're trying to get to 8-0. And that's good to see. Coming up at halftime, we're going to talk to the new boys basketball coach, Coach Moore. Excited about getting him in and visiting with him some. That one is up, and it bangs around, and it's good. Juno gets them both. That gives her 12 on the evening here, and well on their way in this one, up 14-4. Fast start, and that's what you wanted. That swung around to the corner, and now heading to the basket. A block is there by Lauren. She picks up her first block. We've seen her block the basketball in bunches, too. She gets under there. 3 ball from the corner. That one is Ava Abear. Being out-rebounded now is this Lady Eagles team. Not really crashing the basket. There's a corner shot. Atherton, she's got that one up and good. So, yeah, your experience, 16-7. Big shout out to Coach Twig. He's watching this one all the way up in Connecticut. So he's enjoying watching this rivalry game. He coached here, took them on a tremendous run into the state playoffs. Whistle there is Abigail Atherton. She picks up her second foul of that. And so that just shows you the broadcast that we have reaching all over the place. Twig, who's moved on, he's coaching up in Connecticut now and able to check back in and watch.
Yeah, I think it's been a fabulous move for us with the Menard Eagle football team coming over to 446sports.com. And, you know, I was having a conversation with Principal Gatlin this afternoon and told him that at last I looked, and it was probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago or so, we had over 1,300 views on the playoff game for the Menard Eagle, you know, the Menard Eagle football
That's right.
playoff game. And we were averaging, getting close to 1,000 each week.
And, you know, again, our YouTube channel, so 90 days of football season we have. So this goes back to September. Today we went over the 200,000 view mark for our YouTube channel. And as Maynard goes right into the basket, she gets her first bucket. So we have 2 points from Maynard along with her 5 rebounds. And, yeah, went over the 200,000 viewer mark. That is just on that Shelton Sawyer comes in and gets the steal. Sawyer, we saw her on that softball team, a spark plug to say the least. She is all over the place.
Yeah, I guess having to spell, was it Abington, 14?
Atherton, yeah.
Atherton.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the lineup to see the spellings, but
you'll get there.
She's got the 2 fouls.
That one is up from Menard, and it is good. Carly, her second basket of the night to go with the 5 rebounds. You won't see a lot of pressure, I guess, full court press, as you will, but there it is. They let their opponents just make mistakes, and then quickly they look to get the ball into Sealing's hands. She's got it now. She's the lone senior on this squad, but she is a floor general. You've heard it called. There's Shelton, puts up her basket, bounces around, no good. Lauren Smith looking to get the rebound, but that one's going to be tied up, and it will stay with the Lady Eagles.
I'll tell you what, there's only 36 seconds left in this first quarter, but the 3-man officiating crew running tonight, they've done a really nice job.
Or if you ask Denham Springs, it's 36.6, so don't get that going back to that football playoff loss there. That one up and no good. Now go ahead, finish your thought too.
No, just giving kudos to the officials. They're doing a really nice job in this basketball game, letting the girls play, and I haven't seen very many missed calls at all on the floor tonight. So I just wanted to give them a shout out. I don't think they get enough credit. They're
like offensive linemen. They don't get it unless something's going wrong.
Yeah, and you really don't want to know that they're present. It's the same thing with the officiating crews with
watch
football.
Watch Sealing real quick, how she gets down the floor. That one she's going to take all the way. Sealing going coast to coast, gets her first bucket under 10 seconds to go in the first. And
that was a nice drive. You know, she fooled the defense on that one.
Shot is up and in, no good. End of one. It is 22-7. Lady Eagles out big. We'll be back after this. You're watching Lady Eagles basketball on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
And we are back. Want to let you know, 22-7. We move into period number 2 here. Lady Eagles out on top of this one. Brand new sponsor along the way of Menard Eagle basketball at BU Designs by Melissa Gann. All of your tumblers, shirt, any type of needs that you have like that, and we'll see some of those come up on the commercial that that she's brought to us, and she's cute too.
Yeah,
So.
I tell you what, I can give a shout out to Melissa on that and vouch for the quality of the product. I just bought 16 tumblers from you and picked them up today.
There you go. Yeah, those tumblers. And you designed them just how you want to. That's the thing about it. That one is tied up, and it will go over to the Lady Eagles.
I can't say too much. I'm sorry I cut you off there, Doug.
No, I know what you – yes, I get that now.
I can't say too much about the tumblers in case any of my family's watching.
They're all just blue.
But now they know they're getting tumblers. They just don't know what they look like.
Downtown misses that one. That's right. You got to be careful of whoever's listening to the broadcast. That's why we can't post a lot of our things that we do, because they are Christmas gifts and birthday gifts, and the running one-hander is up, and it is good. Holland gets her first basket, 22-9. Chuck doing triple duty for us over there, and thought we would take it easy some. There's from Shelton over, gets it back to Sealing. Sealing now working her way in, but that one is going to be blocked by Holland in the middle, 22-9. The one thing that we saw a couple of times last year, Tom, and I'll tell you that after Sealing takes this one, a little bit of a crossover there. I don't know if she dished it or lost it, but she's got it back. Shelton, and they're playing keep away here. Back to the top goes Juno. Juno's got 12. She leads all scorers. Works the ball inside to Carly. Carly in traffic. That ball is going to be held, is what they'll call it. And a little bit more fast-paced than Eagle football, huh, Tom?
It is. It is fast-paced. And a really good play here. Number 15 for the Eagles.
Marilyn Sealing. She's the lone senior. She's the one that went over the 1,000-point club last year as Z. Marsland checks in. Yeah, as she goes, she is a spark plug and just leads that team. But pay attention now to Shelton, too. She is scrappy. You've not seen this kind of full-court pressure until you get her in there. She's going to draw the foul. And
little too much forearm on that one, kind of pushing 13 and gain the advantage. But Sealing did a nice job. She turned the ball over, but the hustle that she had to come back and knock the ball free to get it back to the Eagles.
It's just a well-rounded lineup. That shot is up, and it is no good. You've got Sealing that can bring the ball down as well as anybody in this district or the state. And Sealing's got it again, and her point guard skills on display. She's going to stop, pop, backboard, and that one is good. Sealing's doubled up, and she's got 4 now. But you've got Atherton and Juno that are your shooters that are out there, and Smith and Menard that battle around you, bring in. So a very well-rounded starting 5, and she brings a couple off of the bench that add to that as well.
I tell you, you were giving Chuck props as we look at that 3 and the loose ball. Good hustle by both teams.
Look
getting
at
on
Z
the floor.
scrap around in there. Z Marsland gets that. She comes up. She'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. That's Z Marsland, the sophomore.
But getting back to Chuck and the work that he does, just a phenomenal job that Chuck does in putting all of the production quality that we have. And I'm just looking at the setup and going, man, I got some things to buy for next football season, because that is exactly what I needed this year.
Well, Chuck comes in and he goes through, he's got this class that he teaches at school, and they do all of this stuff. They weld and they build and they just create. And I wait for it to go down like one of those transformer robots, and it goes into a little car and he drives out of here in it. And that's in his day job. Marsland here on the second half gets that one. She's got her first basket of the game.
I need to ask his students to make me one of those.
Well,
that
he's going to quickly tell
phenomenal.
you that he made it himself. I try to put it off on his kiddos, but he does a good job creating. All I've got to do is say, hey, Chuck, I got an idea. And now it's worn off on him, and he says he's got the idea all the way down the floor. Juno finds Shelton for the basket. Gives Shelton her first basket, and Juno her second assist, and that's going to be another timeout. 27-9. Lady Eagles lead this one. well on their way to that explosive first half that they needed. Coming up, don't forget, we will stop this broadcast and we'll start the next one as the boys game so that it is a separate contest. Coming up also at halftime, Coach Moore, brand new head coach of the Menard Eagles, will join us up here, and we'll get a chance to visit with Coach Moore. Excited. He told us, man, his team has been playing really well, had some bad luck, blew a couple of 25-point leads and lost the contest in those, and played Monday night and got a victory. Did not have Hopewell in that game, but he's got a couple of his stars back here, so we're looking forward to a big night from this game. Marks the return of one of the former Eagles to the Eagles Nest. We'll tell you a little bit more about that story as well, but great night to be here at the Eagles Nest.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful night. They got a huge crowd, in terms of the cars parked in the parking lot. I thought, man, people are really turning out to watch basketball.
I think there's something going on inside. Yes. Okay. I was like, dadgum, what a game. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Did they hear we were coming?
And that's just JV that they were here for.
That's right. But you see a lot of them made it down. You look down to the student section area, and you can see it in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen already. But that crowd that is full. Plus, we've got a great crowd up here in the upper deck, if you will.
Good turnout, and from St. Mary's, too.
Well, they're just right up the road in Natchitoches and had enough of the lights, so they decided to come here. Three-pointer up and no good from Juneau. Rolls around. Carly's got it back up top to Ceiling. Ceiling's going to try the three. Doesn't get that one to go, and there's Carly just doing what Carly does. One more three-point attempt. That one is no good. Rebound this time by Marsland. Z kicks it around. Shelton up and in. That's her second basket. You'll call that name a lot in Menard softball this year. Just a very, very solid player for that Lady Eagles softball team. 29-9, 20-point lead for the Lady Eagles as we near the halfway point of the second period. Three ball from the corner, no good. Shelton's going to pick up the foul, and that's going to send number 13, Ava Arrington, to the line shooting three. Second foul whistled on Shelter. Good minutes for Atherton to get a quick rest over there. But quickly she is up off of the bench and ready to get back in as free throw number one hits front iron and rolls out of there.
Yeah, she'll have to play it a little soft for the next 4:34 because she's sitting there with two fouls.
You probably are going to see her swap places. Atherton will come in, and you expect Shelton. No, looks like, yeah, Sawyer will come out. But good couple of minutes to get Atherton. And that's something, Tom, that they didn't have last year, was the ability to go to the bench and give their starters some rest. And you'd see their starters get tired a little in the second quarter, which is what I was going to tell you about, that if there was an Achilles heel for this Lady Eagles team in the second period, they'd go out so hard in the first that they would lose a little steam in the second. It would take them to the third and fourth to recover. Jumping into the passing lane and stealing that one is Tiana Burton. Back up to the top. Burton has it now over to Arrington. Arrington making her way around right in front of the Menard bench. Shot is up from Hebert, and it is good, or no good, off the side. We'll see who that foul is whistled on. Looks like a clearing out offensively. And it is. That is Burton that they'll whistle for the foul. Or let's see. What do they call there? They called that on. Yeah, they called that on Z. Z Marsland will pick up her first foul, and in the bonus that'll send Ava Holland. So I started getting the first names from the coach from St. Mary's, and so in the book, you know how they list the last name most of the time. Mm-hmm. They had Hebert, Holland, and Arrington. I said the first lady, she said Ava. I said, okay, second player, Ava. Third player, Ava. You see it. And it got down to the next one, it was Anna. I was like, what happened? Yeah. She didn't get the memo way back when. Three Avas, an Anna, and a Tiana. 29-11, 18-point lead for the Lady Eagles as we near halfway home in the second. That one up, rolls around, no good. Double-digit rebounds now for correction. That's 9 for Carly. Banging around, and Maryland just gets hammered there and pushed around and took 4 or 5 steps, but it was because she had an elbow in her back. They'll line up. Carly set to trigger things underneath. Just very impressed with the play of Carly Menard as she gets in. She was an 8th grader last year, but would bang around in there with everybody.
Yeah, I'm just impressed by this whole basketball team, the way they move the ball around. And
There's Atherton for three, and it's up, and it's good.
that's good to see when you have a player that sat on the bench for several minutes and come in and the first shot's a three and it drains it.
We saw her and Juno each on separate occasions put up over 30 points last year. When those two get going, there's nothing you can do about it. They shoot the lights out. Rebound inside, Ceiling picking up the board, and she looks to go. She turns and gets down the floor. Tom as quick as anybody does. Shot up and no good by Juno.
Yeah, I think in the first quarter or first period, she would have passed that ball. But when you talk about, them getting a little tired in the second period, coming out strong in that first, I think that's one reason that she probably held back. She probably didn't have enough oomph to get the ball all the way down court as far as she would have had to throw it.
We've seen a lot of her do that a lot last year, get everybody involved in it, and the defense starts to back off of her just a bit, and she sees those creases, and she can get to the basket, I'm telling you, as quick as anybody. Three ball, corner pocket, off the backside, no good by Atherton. Rebound controlled in, but there is Shelton again, and I mean, just like that. So, have you ever been sitting there and that gnat just zzz, zzz, that's I'm telling you, she is so aggressive when she's defensive, you can't get rid of her.
Eagles caught a break on that one with the jump ball. They get the ball back, but she kind of walked on that when she lost control of the ball.
Inside Ceiling now to the outside. Lauren's going to put up the jumper, and it's off the backside, no good. Banging around, see who they want to call it on. They can call it on either one. Looked like he called an offensive foul there. That is, Tiana Burton picks up the offensive foul. And that's just a case of you can call it on whoever you wanted to right there on a loose ball foul. Ellie Juno comes back in, and she'll swap places with Atherton.
I think Coach thought Atherton would get picked up the foul, and she took her out.
Yep. Lauren's shot blocked, and they're going to call another foul on Tiana. That's back-to-back fouls. And you're right on point with that, because look how quickly Atherton gets up and gets back in, because that would have been the third foul on Atherton. You're going to make a good play-by-play and analyst, but in no time. You got that Menard blood in you, don't you? That's good to see.
Oh, I do. I 1983 graduate of Menard.
That explains the 40 years since you've been, or 39 years since you've been here. Lauren misses the front end of two, and Atherton swaps places as she comes back in with Sawyer.
Played a lot of basketball and was a high school official in college.
Tom, they didn't have the three-point line back then, did they?
No, it tells you how old I am. I took a lot of them, but I only got 2 points.
That's right. What was that? It's the abuse that I give to Ernie that it just rolls right over to you on there. That one out of bounds going to the Lady Eagles.
Right. I can take it.
That's right.
We had peach baskets back then, too.
Right. That's right. Going to take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them and be right back. You're watching Menard Lady Eagle basketball on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
And we are back to the Eagles' nest here. Menard football may lose their announcer. We may get Tom over with us next year, as he's loving having this chuck around thing.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I don't. Yeah. That's
you do
right.
see him wiping the floor up onto the right side. That's what. That's where Tom was a little early when he was looking at the setup. That's
you're going to have to get a blow dryer for the mic cover.
The mic stand.
It's all wet right now.
32-11.
That is a sweet setup. And I don't need to come work with you. I just need that setup.
You just need that setup. That's right. Ceiling's got it. She gets it back over to Juno now, and Ceiling on the return. She'll take her three, and that's off the front iron. Rebound control. All right, so you saw the way she came up behind that and didn't give up on the play. You'll see these Lady Eagles do that quite a lot. They went through a stretch last year where they played Plainview, and they played these teams that would stay on that. And as aggressive as these Eagles teams were, you just saw, or what was it, Anacoco or Pitkin or one of them that are on there anyway, and they had a game against Oak Hill. And you saw they're saying, okay, that's where we need to be. We want to be up on that level. And you've seen the intensity ratchet up just a bit from these Lady Eagles.
Well, those teams, Oak Hill, Anacoco, Simpson, Pitkin, all of those teams are just all basketball schools.
And look
She's
at this
give it up.
Clear out. Good job from Lauren. That one is up front, and the basket is good. Ellie Juneau for 2 gives Sealing another assist. But that was started by Lauren, who gets the ball down. She sees Sealing breaking, and that's what led to that 3-on-0 break. Looking to turn it over, and there's a check. Ought to get 5 minutes for roughing on that one.
She is just all over, man. That.
Goodness gracious. We'll go back and watch that tomorrow.
That was a push in the back to knock her down, and she was trying to run over the offensive player there.
I'm telling you, in hockey, she'd have been in the penalty box for that one. And Marceland now set to make her way back in. Marceland and Smith. But you go back to that play by Lauren Smith a couple of possessions ago, and Carly will go to the line for 2. But the vision that she had, so she's, well, I totally told her 2 shots, or maybe he said that was the second shot, but anyway.
No, it's a 1-on-1 for
1:27 to go until halftime. He holds up 2 fingers before the shot, and that's why nobody goes. So Leslie says 1-1, and holds up 2 fingers at it. The scoreboard you see is right, 34-11, the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard letting you know that. Chuck's running that. He's running the camera, the commercials, and quick enough to mute me if I say something dumb. And that's been his focus most of the night. Ava Hebert to the line. She gets the first one to roll off to the side, and that now is 10 rebounds for Carly. Sealing over into the corner. That 3 is no good. Juneau had a good look at it. She's got a couple of them, but that's not going to make it. Sealing dumps this one into Carly underneath, and Carly's going to go back to the free throw line. And Tom, let me ask you, you hear outside our headset when that 3-pointer was there, and you heard air ball, the chance of it, and I hear chants on the other side, scoreboard.
Yeah.
34-11, it's hard to taunt when you're getting beat by 23 before the half.
Very true. Very true. It's about the same way I felt when I was trying to cheer for the Tigers at A&M this Saturday. When we had a few little good plays in the fourth quarter, and
that fumble changed the entire season around, didn't it?
The mojo was over for the Tigers on that fumble, scoop, and score.
Yeah, and Jaden Daniels, of course, has done so much work. I'll get to visit with my buddy Jaden in Atlanta this weekend, as we'll fly out tomorrow night to go down there and do some coverage of the Tigers as they take on that team from Georgia in the SEC championship. That shot is up, and it is good.
I wish I could be there with you, but family commitments.
I get that. But it is the SEC championship, Tom. So
I know. It's
look. Your family listens. I know they do, and they're going to give me a lot of grief out of this. Under a minute remaining in this one. Don't forget, we're going to talk to new Eagles basketball coach, Coach Moore, before this one is going. Kendrick Moore makes his way down here from the northwest side of Louisiana. Spent some time at Calvary Baptist when they made their runs in the state playoffs. And over to Huntington is where he came from down here. So excited about the work that he's done. A senior-laden team this year. We'll be excited to talk to him about some of that. Down to 40 seconds. Ball is worked inside to Menard, and it'll be off her foot. Tom, this is just basketball, though. It's a Wednesday night, and the gym is packed, and it's a team from Natchitoches that's made their way down here.
Yeah, they obviously know, the secret about the Lady Eagles here. and how good they are.
And that shot is up, and it is good. Ava Arrington, she's got 4, 35-13, and quickly down the floor. Back inside to Z. She's unable to hang on to that one as the pass from Juneau was on time there. Quickly back the other way, under 15. Now under 10. Shot is up, and it's no good. And you know that the Lady Eagles will look to run. Clearing out is Juneau. She's going to take it to the basket with 3. Too good. Stop it, a head fake, and the basket there from Ellie. How about that move?
At the buzzer.
At the buzzer. Going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk to head coach Kendrick Moore, visit with Tom after the second half, and we'll do all of that right after this. You're watching Lady Eagle basketball on 446 Sports.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years.
And we are back. It is halftime here. You see me joined alongside of Coach Kendrick Moore. Coach, welcome up to the broadcast.
Hey, thank y'all guys for having me today. I really appreciate that.
Look, seven games into the Kendrick Moore era here at the Eagles Nest. And tell the folks a little bit about your history and where you come from.
The last 4 years I spent in Shreveport, Louisiana. I helped Calvary Baptist Academy and helped them, guided them to 3 state finalist appearances. We lost to Southern Lab last year, and the year before that we lost to Crescent City twice, which 3 of those championships, we felt like we should have won all 3 of them, but, you know, sometimes you just come up a little short on the end of there.
What do you come in with those type of lofty expectations? You got a senior-laden ball club out there. That's tough to walk into with that kind of expectations.
Yes, sir. We're senior heavy, and the expectations of us doesn't change. You know, we definitely have the expectations that we want to compete every game. You know, and this season in the first 7 games, we have competed in every game. Matter of fact, out of 6 out of the 7 games, we've held the lead by at least double digits. And, you know, we're just struggling with a little bit of youth learning and how to close out the games towards the end of the games there.
You and I were speaking prior to the girls' game tonight. Said you had a 25-point lead in a couple of those. You lose it. Is it depth? Is it just the situation? Or take me through those 25-point comebacks.
We got comfortable being comfortable last week over the Thanksgiving break. We jumped out on a team that we really thought we were just really better. We had a better game plan, and we just started taking not the smartest shots at the right time, especially being up by 25. And it just comes with us with more reps and learning in the situations of the game. We are senior heavy, but a lot of my kids are first-year players this year because we have been so deep in the past few years.
And look through your starters on there too, and name that jumps out at me is Jacques Hopewell. Of course, we know that he played a prominent role in last year. And I don't know, you weren't here with them last year, but I know you've watched some tape and some film. But it looks like they hit growth spurts, and you used that word beforehand. But these guys have gotten a lot bigger.
They're a lot bigger. We're a lot athletic, and we're a hard matchup for everybody we play, even the teams who are bigger than us, because we're so athletic. We can defend 1 through 5 positions. We play very good defense on the end. Like I said, we just have growing spurts where we just have some ill-advised turnovers sometimes that we just learn how to correct. And once we figure that out, we're going to be a very, very dangerous team in Division III. Like, it's going to be very, very hard for people to just beat us night in and night out.
You talk about Division III. Normally that's associated, and you guys sit in 2A, which normally you don't see the big numbers from your squads. But I'm looking out there, Coach, and I see a number of players on the roster.
Yes, we actually have 20 kids on the roster. A couple of them are...
That's staggering.
Staggering, yes, sir. A couple of them are a few 8th graders and 7th graders, maybe 3 or 4 here and there. But we just had a lot of kids that just came out who loved the game and loved the way that I'm just motivating, and we coach with so much passion. Me and my coaching staff are player-friendly coaches here, so our kids play really hard for us. We respect them. We have great relationships and great reports with them. And I think once we start gelling here in the next few games, like I said, we're going to be a very, very dangerous team in Division III.
Coming from a school like Calvary, coming to a school like Menard, you're used to seeing those 7th and 8th graders. I mean, you look at the Lady Eagles, and they were starting an 8th grader last year, returned everybody on there. So that's how you build these dynasty-type teams, is to get them young and get them going. So it is surprising that you've got so many seniors on the squad this year, but a great opportunity to make a deep run.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of that. We had a very, very good junior high basketball year now, and when me and my staff got here, we had literally a week and a half before the junior high season started, and we finished the junior high season 7-4. And then we lost one of our better players to an injury for 6 weeks, so he only played like 3 games, and we won a lot of games just as playing team ball. The kids bought into the system and the style of play. Probably a lot of games that we had won in junior high this year. A lot of people didn't think we were going to win, especially without our key player, LG Carbo, at the time. But our kids, we do a lot of good teamwork, and we do a lot of team bonding with each other, and, we definitely believe that 1 through 15, wherever we have out there on our bench, whoever we plays, we feel like we can get the job in and night out for us.
I'm going to ask you one more question, too, and then I'll let you get back to your guys, too. But so this is the 3rd head coach they've had in the last 3 years. How do you walk in and say, you know what, guys, I'm here?
I'm from here, and I told the kids, hey, I wanted to be here. Mr. Gatlin, Mr. Gatlin along with Mr. Perkins, they're wonderful. They're the best administration you could ever have in the state, hands down. I contacted him. I wanted to be here.
Right.
I love the city from Alexandria. Grew up from Montgomery, Louisiana, went to school in Montgomery. So I had a lot of ties with Menard, knowing the history of Menard, knowing the tradition. And like you said earlier, I followed them last year,
right,
and I watched them because at Calvary a couple of times we were possible chance that we could have matched up with them in the playoffs here and there when they had Jordan Dishman at the time. So when the job came open, and I thought this was a diamond in the rough. They're always loaded with athletes here, and I told Mr. Gatlin in my interview, it should really never be a down year with the athletes here. They do a good job of buying in. We have very, very smart kids with high basketball IQ. It just comes in here, just me coming in here and implementing the style of play that fits these kids. It's not about me. I don't come in and say, I want to play up tempo. We created a style that fits 1 through 15, that we can all play well together, that helps us successful for the season here.
Well, we're looking forward to a big year, Coach. Thank you for taking the time to come
No problem.
Good luck, and let's go get them.
Thank you, sir.
There you go.
Really appreciate that.
Head Coach Kendrick Moore. We'll be back right after this for the second half of the Lady Eagles. They lead at 37-13. We'll be right back.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla. Bob, the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for
Back for the second half we go. I am Doug Gann alongside, well, I'm flying solo now as it appears. 37-13, you see that on the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. It is 36 on your scoreboard, but actually 37 is on there, so we'll get that adjusted momentarily. And so appreciate Coach Kendrick Moore for making his way up here. Great to see him and excited about the future that he's bringing for Menard basketball. That one is up, and it is no good. Tom had to take the long way around. And out quickly is Sealing. She's going the other way, gets it off to the right wing. That one is up, and it is good. Ellie Juneau, the recipient of that good pass. Third assist of the night by Sealing. From way downtown, thank you very much. That one is in. Ava Arrington, she's got 7 now on the night to lead scorers for St. Mary's. And in horse, that would have been a tough shot for the second one.
Yes, it would have.
Rebound scooped up by Atherton, and she's going to put it back in. She's got 9 on the evening. Ellie Juneau leads all scorers. She's got 18 in this one of 41 does Juneau. That shot off the front iron. And look, I don't know, keep an eye on the guards of Menard. When they see a ball up in the air, they're looking for one of their girls to rebound, and they are looking down court to run.
Yeah, that's typically, coached that way. Especially on all the teams that want to run, the guards won't crash, and you've got enough, height to be able to get those rebounds, and then you just hit your outlet, and then she's looking down for the secondary pass.
Called that the old snowbird.
Yeah, and
you just look down and stay back.
Back at number 14, Atherton.
Yes.
You call that padding your stats. When you make the shot, follow it, get your rebound.
Yep, the board and the bucket from Atherton, and that certainly is the way to do it. Second free throw doesn't draw anything, and it will go back over to the Lady Eagles, who are well in command of this one. 41-16, 25-point lead, 6:46 just underway in the third. That one is up and good. Looking running one-hander gets Atherton into double digits. She's got 4 two-pointers and the 3 ball on the night. Give her 11. Off balance 3, rolls around. Good job of blocking out. Watch Smith and Menard down low, but taken away by Holland. But inside, the Lady Eagles do a great job of boxing out, but those rebounds have been long. This time the ball is held, and it will go over to the Lady Eagles.
I have a feeling this one has the chance to get a little chippy.
It was that way earlier with the check a little early.
With the check and the bowl over, she was running over people. And she fouled like 6 times on that one play.
Fouled out on one play. Who knew? Ball around to the side and back. That is Juneau. She kicks it to Sealing in the corner. Sealing working it inside to Smith, trying to get the shooter's touch. Doesn't do it. See if they're going to count the basket.
It looked like they did. Oh, no, he's calling it out of bounds.
down on the floor, so they will send Menard, who did a great job looking for the board in the bucket, but instead Ava Holland will be whistled for the foul. 43-16 in this one. Lady Eagles well in command. That one rolls around and out of there and no good. And it will be off of the Lady Tigers over to Menard. 43-16, we sit in the third. Your first experience of this young, well, now a little bit older. Last year, of course, they were a younger team, but still only one senior on here, and they've been up to par in this one tonight, Tom.
Yeah, Doug, extremely well coached and disciplined, fast, and quick. You can be both, and just really exciting to watch.
That one inside, good offensive set for St. Mary's. Holland finishes off. And there you go again. That connection from Ceiling to Atherton results in a basket. 13 on the night for Atherton. Go ahead.
Unselfish would be another word, and that just comes from coaching and very confident basketball team for such a young group.
Back down, jumping into the passing lane was Burton, unable to get that to go, and the Lady Eagles will maintain coverage. Going to take a timeout on the floor. We'll take it. Look like they are. We'll take the timeout with them. We'll be right back. You're watching Menard Eagle basketball on 446 Sports.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla. Bob earned the prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
Back and ready to go. We are here high above the Eagles' nest. Doug Gann alongside of Tom Boucher. Tom joining me on here. Going to have a host of Eagles games this year. Ceiling gets that up and in. She's got 6 on the night. The Lady Eagles, Tom, play 13 home games in a row following tonight.
What?
That makes them, what? Right. They don't go back on the road until their opening week of district. They'll play their district games on Fridays on the road and Tuesdays at home, and they'll whistle Atherton for traveling. 14. I thought it was an error on the schedule when I saw it.
That's
mind-boggling.
Yes, it is. It's how that happened is crazy.
And it was just, I talked to
but
Coach
great
Sanders.
for the Eagles, Lady Eagles.
Indeed. She says they don't go on the road until district. They've got a tournament that's coming up. But other than that, that tournament's at Ash. So, you know, it's the other side of the subdivision. You don't count that. But, 14 games in a row at home. Good block on the backside by Lauren Smith. Be a foul whistled underneath on the floor.
Every Wednesday and Friday are going to be
Tuesdays and Fridays are the games. The Wednesday games just work their way in in non-district type contests, just whenever they could get games together.
Yeah.
And Tuesday, Friday are your games in district. Tuesday games will be home. Friday they'll be on the road.
That's impressive. That's going to make for a good gate.
Indeed,
or
it will. Or a
good door.
Or a good one of those, yeah. That basket up and in off the backboard, 47-22, and quickly down the floor. Unable to connect on that one. And that's a difficult shot. You've got to go up with it without the dribble. Way downtown. Unable to get that one. Tom, that's where you shot him from back here some 40 years ago, huh?
Yeah, that's why I sat the bench.
Indeed, it is.
I made a few, but not as many as I threw up. But that was a heck of a pass to get it down there, leading her. We could have had a few of those in the football field.
Look, when it was 2 or 3 years ago when Dishman was here, their big 6'2" basketball player that they had when they took that trip and actually played Arch Manning and that Newman group in the semifinals. 3 years ago, I guess it was, when Newman was a sophomore, or when Manning was a sophomore. We were able to go down there and see him play, and he'd make some long-range passes down the floor. I was like, he needs to be running a little bit of quarterback there. Yeah, cross the line. That's going to be a violation. Young lady crossed the line before the ball hit.
That's just the aggression that she has. She's going to have to work some of that out.
And so that she saw that it was a miss, and she was trying to beat everybody to the basket, but it's got to draw iron before you can leave the free throw line. 47-23 in this one, halfway home in the third. Sealing with the left hand, doesn't get it to go. Instead, tapped back to her from Marshland, and the turnover is there and off and running are the Lady Tigers. Sealing sneaking around the backside, but quickly pulling that little hop to the left. Ball bouncing around. Sealing's on the floor battling for it. This is one of those tie-ups, and it is, and it will stay with the Lady Tigers. And, Tom, that's what they call stealing a possession, if you will. It will stay with the Lady Tigers, but St. Mary's had the ball, and now you flip the possession arrow over. It will go the next down. So nothing changes. You just get the possession arrow back.
Yeah, good hustle hitting the floor. Coaches
Inside,
love to see that.
Holland will go to the line to shoot 2. They call that on Menard, and that is her first, if the scoring is correctly. Again, big shout out to up to Connecticut, to my man Twig. Coach Twilliger is up there, and great to see him and his beautiful family watching along. A big shout out to them. Rolls around and out of there and no good.
You know, we were talking about the thoughts that I had on this basketball team, and you know, they're exciting to watch here in person, but I think it plays out on the screen as well. And you know, Coach Twig could probably say so in a text if it's as exciting watching it as we're seeing it, you know, live here.
Right. Bouncing around and unable to control, off and running here goes Atherton. Back to Sealing. A correction, that was Juneau over to Sealing, and unable. And this is what I'm not saying they slowed down a little bit, but some of the shots that were going in before weren't, and you wonder if it's a little bit of fatigue or exactly what it is.
Yeah, she had a little pressure on that shot, but fatigue is setting in for her. She's really hustled up and down the court.
But again, you got 4-1 break there, and so that'll put that fatigue argument to bed as Juneau, the recipient of that one, another assist from Sealing. 20 now on the night for Ellie Juneau, the junior.
Yeah, another pass right here.
And a fastball down the side. That one is up and into Atherton. She's got it in a quick timeout by St. Mary's. 15 points now for Atherton. So you got 20 from Juneau, 15 for Atherton. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be back right after this. We are back to the Eagles Nest again alongside of Tom Boucher and Chuck Perkins making all things work on the production side of it there. 51-23, that's no mistake on the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard there. Lady Eagles have been command of this one since they reeled off the first 10 in this one. Rebound by Burton. She gets the board in the bucket, it's up and it's good. You've got to be careful of letting up. There's going to be a traveling violation. That's kind of a unforced error, if they'll call it. Big nights for Menard. She's got 10 rebounds on the night. Sealing has 5 assists to go with her 6th. But the story is Ellie Juneau. She's got 20 points. Atherton has 15. And we told you that's just a potent as scoring combination as you'll find. 26-point lead. That's where it's been most of the time. Good pressure by the Lady Eagles on the inbound. St. Mary's able to get through it. Blocking foul, and that's going to be 2 shots as they called Burton in the act of shooting, and that's a tough one.
Yeah, a little out of control on that shot for the Lady Tiger, and really I thought our player had good position, and not sure that, I guess with a 26-point deficit, you kind of give them
a little bit
the
of
opportunity to get to the free throw line.
Shelton and Smith coming back in. Sealing and Menard will come out and take a quick breather. So you see she goes about 7 deep, really, is all that she goes. We did see Jamie Sue Bordelon getting there, and she's up and ready to go if needed or when needed. That one is up and good. And so when Coach Sanders said, yeah, she emptied her bench last time, I said, man, you didn't do that a lot last year. And just a joy to be around as Coach Sanders. She does such a great job with these young ladies.
Yeah, I would think she'd empty her bench tonight a little bit if this score holds.
That one from Juneau was, that's right, from Juneau was no good. A little bit of action down underneath, but the Lady Eagles unable to get anything out of it. And, yeah, you get those opportunities because you see those younger ladies, but quickly jumping in there was Atherton. She's got the steal. Correction, that was Juneau. Juneau with the steal was trying to go coast to coast, and Marsland will trigger things in from underneath the basket.
Missed an opportunity there to hit Atherton. Didn't quite see her out of the corner of her eye.
Shelton dishes. Now she'll get it back. Running point now that Sealing is on the bench. That one is kind of blocked out of bounds. Atherton was going up for it.
A little technical right there on Atherton. Had something to say about the block.
And you expect that she'll come out of there.
Yeah, that goes as a personal foul. And they'll get 2 shots for the Tigers and get the basketball.
And quickly, it's showing it's more than basketball as Coach Sanders is over there coaching her up right when she gets to the sideline. And that's one thing that you'll find. And then she'll come to the bench, Will Atherton. And in a game like this, it's not going to really affect the flow of it by any means, but you have to be careful somewhere down the road that it possibly could in a tight ball game.
Very good point there, Doug. I was gonna share that that coaching opportunity right there, because there may be a time that they're in a 2-point or 3-point game and she gets a block and feels like it was more body than ball and disagrees with the call, and now all of a sudden you're 5 down or 7 down and they get the basketball.
Well, you go back, you talk to Principal Gatlin now, former Coach Gatlin, and it's about teaching these kids to be leaders when they come out of here. Basketball, football, baseball, softball, it's only going to last a while, but what they learn when they come out of Menard is a lifetime. 51-27, 24-point lead, just a minute to go in the third.
That was the Nat back in action.
Right. That one bounces around and rolls in. Give that to Lauren Smith. She gets her first basket of the night. You'll enjoy calling a lot of softball this year, as these, again, they're just young players that are out there and they play with so much spirit and fire. That 3 is up and it is good. A lot of it, too, Tom, revolves around Ava Arrington gets at her second 3 of the night. A lot of it revolves and trickles down from their coaches, too. Coach Scully, what he does with that softball team and the passion that he coaches with.
Yeah, he definitely coaches with passion. Saw it this year with the football team and the defense that he was in charge of.
Good trap on the near side, nowhere to go, but does get out of it is Abear. Over to the corner, that one's tapped away. Going to go off the hand of Abear. Good work by Sealing.
Players love him. They loved all the coaches, but you could tell, the relationship that he had with those players was one of respect, and they really like him. And you can see it as he walks the floor here in the gym, just the way that the kids respond to him.
Indeed, he does. Just want to let you know that this is the first half of a boys-girls doubleheader. Of course, as most all of them are, there will be some that it's just girls action this season. We call it, again, we told you 13 home games in a row after this one, notwithstanding the tournament play that they jump over across the subdivision to Olive Street over there at Alexandria Senior High School. But we'll be carrying each and every one of the home games here that we are able to get into. Love being here at the Eagles Nest. They certainly take good care of us. Now, the barbecuing and all of that is not there like it is at football, but what do you do?
Hey, man, you make do with the popcorn and the water.
Look, and look, we get the popcorn. Some of the best popcorn in town is found right here at the Eagles Nest. Getting set for the fourth, 55-29. Doug Gann alongside of Tom Boucher in this one. Tom, is this the first time that we've ever called a game together?
I believe it is, Doug. That
wow.
We've been on, you were there a couple of times preseason this year, but never put on the headset.
Yeah, this is an old TV guy that I get to call with. That's good stuff. My buddy Tom Boucher, of course, spends a lot of miles on the road with us as we travel to cover those Tigers down in Baton Rouge. He went and covered them at Texas A&M, and that was a pretty good experience. And this is the time of the game. A little mop-up duty here that we can talk about that as Z pulls this one down. You got to experience Texas A&M for the first time this past weekend.
Yeah, beautiful campus. The stadium, one of the things that I was really impressed with is the fact that their student section is the whole field long on the east side of the stadium.
Goodness gracious.
They go from 10-yard line to 10-yard line for students.
Full court pressure real quick by the Eagles forces the turnover. Juneau's got it looking down the other way. Sealing from the corner. Misses that one off what is now the back iron side of the rim, and that one is out and will stay down here with Menard. But, yeah, you went to Yale practice and all of that.
I did on Friday night. A great little tradition. In fact, I don't want to give too much of it away because
got to read the article.
I wrote an article that'll be in T-Boo and the Tigers on 446sports.com, and it should be up and posted soon, huh, Doug?
Ceiling's got it indeed. It would have been up there tonight had the Elite Eagles not been on the floor. Would have had it up there. But, no, indeed it will. Go check that out at 446sports.com. Redesigning the website, but you can find that. You can find the mind of Marquez. You can find every now and then some bit of wisdom that I try to write.
Yeah. And all of our archived articles, some that we'll put under LSU and others that we'll put under the feature column of T-Boo and the Tigers.
Juneau 22 now on the evening. And so you won't make it to the SEC championship this weekend, though.
No, I've got my Cindy's birthday this weekend.
Well, a happy birthday definitely to Cindy.
Our 35th wedding anniversary at the same time. So
my goodness.
She really put the hurt on me.
So let me ask you, do you get away with just one gift? No. How quickly he said no. Chuck, when you go back and watch it this part of the game, and you can hear that little interaction.
I knew where you were going with it. nor did she get a combination Christmas present either. So,
wow.
And that was made known early on.
Some 30.
And I was like, well, you're choosing the wedding date. Come on, you put me in a bind.
Now, it's a gauntlet in my house as well, as the wife's birthday is early February. Then you've got Valentine's Day, just coming off of Christmas. Then you've got Mother's Day, and, oh, by the way, you just have its present day. So it's a gauntlet of presents, indeed.
Yeah, now that the kids are older, I tell them it's your responsibility. Mother's Day, I have a mom.
That's right.
You take care of your mother.
She follows along with a lot of the ball games too, doesn't she?
Oh, she does.
On the trips. Yeah, she's a trooper without a doubt.
She is, and she's really been great. Somewhat accepting our coverage of the LSU Tigers.
Somewhat.
That's just been a dream come true to be able to do that with the Tigers. Nice bucket there.
That one is up and in. That was Jamie Sue Bordelon gets her first basket coming into this one. Again, the first time that we've seen her. 6 minutes remaining here in this one. Shot up and no good. And, glad to have the miles on the road. Z jumping into the passing lane. She's looking up, may have to take it herself. No, dishes it off. That one is up off the backboard, and it is good. We'll give that one to Juno. 24 on the night. Give the assist to Z. Her first assist of the night to go around with 1 point and 1 rebound. Good block that time by Lauren. She gets it back after good work by Jamie Sue. And Sealing back off and running. Takes that one herself, cutting, dicing to the basket, and now she's got double digits to go along with 5 assists.
You talked about the fatigue earlier, and we were, I think it's set in for the Tigers, the Lady Tigers.
Well, and I'm telling you, we saw this a lot. Now, you go back and you look at the scorebook from last season, look at it. Lady Eagles would get out to a big lead. Their opponents would tighten it up a little bit in the second because they went out and went so hard in the first. Halftime comes around, Coach Sanders says, hey, look, this is what we need to do. And then the third and fourth, they would open things back up, and it was true to form tonight.
Yeah, that foul went on number 40 for the Lady Tigers, and the Eagles, Lady Eagles should get the ball.
Kaylee Methvin has made her way in, and maybe they have started running the clock. I know it's 42 in football, but not sure what it is here. That one banging around. You see the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard shows you a 35-point cushion here in the fourth. The scoreboard is, we are in the fourth, and we're winding down 4:26. That's close to 4:46 remaining here in the final part of it. Again, we will stop this broadcast. There's a steal by Lauren Smith. The low-look dish to Sealing, and that one is up and good. Give Lauren the assist, and Sealing her 12th point of the night.
That's the unselfishness, even this late in the game when people want to pad their stats. She knew that she needed to give it up.
Well, they're always working on what is fruitful game time action here. And you don't call it running a score up by any means. But this group is young and they need work because they did come out into the playoffs and get exposed last year. Good work by Bordelon. She gets it back off to Juno, and Juno's going to finish that.
Oh, yeah, basketball. I mean, I think it's the same in football, too. It doesn't matter to me. You know, you got to continue to play.
Correct.
You know, when you don't and you lay back, that's when injuries happen. But, you know, she's got some of her subs in, and she's probably going to put the rest of them in here.
Yeah, once you see those warm-up tops come off, you know that it's time to empty the bench, and you'll see them coming out of there. Sealing makes her way to a good round of applause here, and Shelton will go back in and run the point in this one with just 3 minutes remaining. So expect that you'll see a couple of the others finally finish out this tonight. Lauren trying to go to the basket. That one is no good.
That's kind of what I was talking about earlier, you know, in terms of getting the 35-point lead or 39-point lead now. You got to put those subs in because there's going to come a time when foul trouble comes into play, and those subs are going to need to play, and they don't need to be like deer in the headlights when they get on the court.
Back down the floor, fouled is Juno going to the basket, and she will go to the line to shoot 26 points on the night for Ellie Juno. Looking to add to that, we saw her go over 30 a couple of times last year. Very, very good score. Just a junior. She and Atherton have combined for 45 points tonight. Correction, 51 points. Maddie Roy will make her way into the game, as well as Ava Miguez. So Miguez and Roy find the court tonight, and now that has everyone from that Lady Eagles bench back-to-back games for Coach Sanders that she's been able to get full participation in this one.
So Sealing only has 12 on the night?
Yep.
Wow.
12 points for Sealing. Dished it a lot. Shot a few. Has yet to hit from 3 tonight. That errant 3 is errant and reeled in by Ellie Juno. And rumbling over each other, but quickly getting back up and going. Again, a point we made earlier, we will stop the broadcast here and move over to the next one. You'll see it pop back up on our YouTube channel. If you've not liked and subscribed our YouTube channel, make sure that you do that and hit the notification bell. That way you know anytime we go live with Menard Eagle basketball.
Yeah, it'll be it's live for anything, right? So when we hit
anytime
softball too, they'll get a notification.
No matter what it is, if it pops up, then they'll get a notification. We did it. What was it? Every time that we went live during football season, and that was 5 times a week, the 3 games and the 2 coaches shows. So. Yeah, I got one of our sponsors, actually, so it worked out well. And he says, man, I get a notification 5 times a week that you guys are live. And I said, yes, sir. And I slept in the invoice. So that was absolutely all over it. But we appreciate every one of our sponsors. And, you know, we get into where we're getting sponsors. And the difficulty of it is explaining, well, no, we're not on the radio. No, we're not on TV. But we're here. This is what we do. And folks can watch the games from their phone, from their computer, from their TV, as we saw the picture that we got from Coach Twilliger early on. He had it on YouTube on his smart TV that was there. And so you can watch it anywhere, but we couldn't do anything about it without our sponsors. But they all tend to come. Yeah, anytime you want to watch it.
And those sponsors are on there.
Always.
On the archive version.
That's going to wrap it up tonight. Big win, 40-point win tonight for the Lady Eagles. They win this one 72-32. Ellie Juneau with 26 on the night. Had a fantastic one to lead all scorers. Stay tuned for Menard Eagles basketball. Tom, you did a great job in your first ever basketball color analysis.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for letting me join you guys, and it's been a pleasure. I look forward to the opportunities in the future to be able to call basketball.
But just not this Friday.
No, I can't do it this Friday. I wish.
There you go.
But soon.
Let's wrap it up, and we'll be back for Game 2 coming up in just a bit. Tom Boucher, I'm Doug Gann, Chuck Perkins, making things happen on that side of it. We'll see you in just a bit. You're watching Menard Eagle basketball on 446 Sports.